Hello, everyone, and welcome to my overview, not dissertation, of my poster. So let's jump right in so we have enough time. As you can see, the name of my poster is Beyond Enrollment. My idea is to look at the two theories of servingness and community cultural wealth at Hispanic serving institutions, specifically community colleges, to see how we can use those to combat deficit thinking. At the top left, what's the deal with HSIs? What's going on? So an HSI, a Hispanic serving institution, they appear to be an equitable option for many Latino students, but the one thing that we need to remember is that they only have that federal designation based on numerical enrollment and not because of any way that they're actually serving their students. So, what are some of these theories that are driving this concept that I'm talking about right here in the middle, right? So, first of all, we've been studying deficit thinking all semester. We understand deficit thinking is looking at the student as lacking rather than having inherent strengths that they bring with them. And so that goes into Yoso's idea of community cultural wealth, her community cultural wealth model that states that students have a variety of capital that they bring with them from their lived experiences. And then the second idea here of serving this. So that idea was presented by Garcia in 2019. The idea being that there should be a shift in Hispanic serving institutions from enrolling Hispanic students to actually serving Hispanic students. And so up here in the top right, what are some examples of why this is important? So the current policy landscape for HSIs, a lot of times they're doing stuff on the surface level that looks like it might be serving, but still falls short of the mark. So just some examples: advising, policy, or curriculum. Because of this, many Latino students, they find themselves to be demoralized with lower persistence and completion rates. So the current percentage you can see right here, 33% of Hispanic students are completing college as compared to 38% of white students. So then we know what the problem is. Down here in the bottom left, what's the recommendation? Adopting asset-based advising and curriculum design, so understanding that students bring assets with them, making sure that we're including community cultural wealth model and faculty and staff development so that they can understand that students are bringing this capital that they can use for their success. Revising policies to integrate familial and linguistic capital into student success strategies. I won't talk too much about that, but just being able to revise policies again to bring capital in to help the students. And then finally, being able to tie HSI federal funding to measurable servingness outcomes that holds the college accountable because it's saying, we're not going to give you money just because you're enrolling Hispanic students. We're going to give you money because you're showing us that you are serving these students. And so then we just need to remember here in the middle, we need to recognize that cultural wealth is key to truly serving first generation Hispanic students. And always remember that equity is not just about access, it's about transformation. So over here on the right, of course, are my references. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.